What's up, everybody? Kicking It Stateside is back. Week number 2 of the restart. Good news is Premier League is 4 days away. The countdown is officially on. Start the clocks up, bro.
Yes, Wednesday afternoon.
Very exciting. We are back live at our remote locations. Brian in Jersey, myself in the wonderful state of Pennsylvania. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fantastic, brother. We got more good news this week as pertaining to our sport. So we're the first ones back, and we're able to talk to everybody and hopefully get some people maybe on the bandwagon here.
Yeah, I think especially now, it's a good time to get everybody on the old MLS bandwagon. I've seen a lot of MLS slander the past week of saying like, "Oh, MLS is back." Whoa. It's like, yeah, it is. Why don't you maybe open your mind and watch it a little bit?
Yeah, because it's going to be exciting. We'll talk about the format and the setup, but I think it's perfect for people that aren't necessarily fans of the game to kind of easy way to work your way in. So
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been saying this for a while that it's a good time to get into a lot of these leagues. Like the Bundesliga, a lot of people haven't watched or maybe cared to watch previously, but now it's the only thing that's on. And maybe that they found a team or they're like, all right, this is pretty good soccer. I mean,
yeah.
Give and take.
Been some good games going on this morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll kind of get into that. So I guess today we got the Prem is back on Wednesday, like we said, leading into it. It's all the games that were postponed due to what was it, the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, Carabao Cup and I think Europa possibly too. I forget exactly why, but yeah. And then obviously postponed due to coronavirus. So these two games will get everybody back on to 29 games played. So then they can start the actual restart of the season on the weekend.
Yep. Then we got a full slate coming in then after that, pretty much.
Yeah. And we're in a similar situation in that league that the Bundesliga is in, that there's a good chance that we're going to be crowning a champion within the first couple weeks of return. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean there's not going to be plenty of good soccer to watch still after that. Like you said, for fourth place competition and relegation competition.
Yeah, that's again, like we've been saying probably for a while, because Liverpool's pretty much wrapped it up for a minute here. But yeah, that'll be a fun battle. As far as other leagues, obviously we got the MLS has an actual tournament style that will be back July 8th, like we said. We have the group drawing. Basically, it was like a World Cup drawing. What day was that? Thursday or Wednesday?
Yeah, I believe it was Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah.
So it was like this, obviously everyone's doing everything from remotely. So Charlie Davies got in there pulling balls out of the randomly.
I'm kind of loving it. I think this was the best case scenario for this league.
Yeah.
I really do think it's going to attract some people that may not have wanted to give soccer a chance, because it's going to be quick. It's going to be fast paced. Yeah, I don't know. It's very World Cup style, and that usually attracts, the casual fan.
I think, we can get into it in a little bit, but obviously, that tournament style wherein it's basically every game matters.
Yeah.
It gives that little bit of extra oomph to the games, I would say. So, yeah, we'll kind of dive into the MLS, give what the groups look like for that tournament, maybe some predictions, early predictions. I know we're still almost
not that far. Yeah, not that far
less than a
away.
month away, but we can give some. I mean, it's going to be tough to kind of predict who's going to come out playing well, especially after
Oh
whatever
yeah, it's a
2-3
total
month
crapshoot.
layoff. So it's like, all right,
Yeah,
and
who's going to be motivated and who's not? You don't know.
basically that's
Your
what it
best,
comes down to.
yeah, best bet is going to go off of what was happening earlier in this season, how last season wound up, and try to make some educated guesses based off of that, I guess, and go from there.
We're gonna do our best, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's like you said, it's kind of a crapshoot to see who's gonna come out and actually, want to play.
yeah,
Obviously, the games count towards the standings. Obviously, we'll get into that
yeah.
a little
I
later
got
too.
all the details, the ins and outs. So
But
we'll
yeah,
give them to the people.
and also we got our 2 poll questions like per usual. Obviously, piggybacking off that MLS talk here in the beginning, our first one is: do you like the World Cup style tournament the MLS has decided to play? Agree or disagree? Obviously, we have our takes on that. We'll get to that. And the other poll question we have: the Premier League is the best league in the world. Do you agree? Maybe you got people in Spain that are like, you know what? I think La Liga is a lot better.
Well, they have a current tournament going on ESPN, so that kind of inspired me, a tournament of leagues across soccer. So that inspired me for that poll question.
It's a debate. It's a good debate. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Excellent stuff. But yeah,
awesome.
before we get started, obviously we got our boys at Ambuck Services, the gutter and deck experts. We've been hyping these guys up for months now.
This is the perfect time to be doing this stuff.
Exactly. Summertime, rolling in.
Yep.
We're allowed to have
lifted. Yeah.
we're allowed to have people actually in our backyard.
Over.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can show off your beautiful house.
So what better to be like, yo, come over. We got the deck. We got the trees trimmed. We're looking nice outside.
Yeah. And we're going to hit hurricane season soon, so you're going to want to have those gutters cleaned.
Exactly.
You don't want to get stoppage, and then stoppage leads to roof leaks, and then,
you don't want to get up there on the ladder for yourself.
You don't want to do it. Let
the experts handle it. Yeah, exactly.
They're the pros.
Of course, they're in South Jersey. You can find them at ambuckservices.com. Also, 856-879-5530. And Paul Vidal, our specialized therapy. If you fall off your roof,
if you do try to do it yourself,
visit our boy,
Dr.
Paul Vidal.
Yeah, or just for any physical therapy needs, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we said before, everyone, getting outside for the first time, maybe throwing something like a ball, maybe hurting the old elbow.
Yeah, or just getting back to working out after being a lump on the couch for 2 months.
Exactly, and try and lift too much, and the big boy goes down, and you go see our boy.
Yeah, 3 locations.
Yeah, Princeton.
That's close for me.
Yeah, very close.
That's very close for me.
The Windsor people.
Yeah, not far from there.
But yes, always a shout out to our sponsors. Check them both out. We love them all.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go a little. We thought we would start maybe a little Bundesliga because it's sort of relevant.
Yeah, I mean it's happening as we speak.
Right.
So we're actually pretty much into halftime of most of the games, or just coming out of halftime. I haven't been able to check on my computer here, but I had some first half quick notes on some teams. Obviously, your boys are playing, so we could start with them.
Yeah, struggling this morning against a weak Fortuna Dusseldorf team,
which I predicted that it would definitely not go like the first game, and not be a 5-0 blowout like the last time these two met. Right. So I will, Dusseldorf's pretty much backs against the wall. They are in relegation right now, so they have a lot more to play for at this point. Obviously, Dortmund's got something to play for because their season's still alive, but it's kind of close.
Barely hanging on by a thread.
Just hanging on. If they were to find a way to lose this game and Bayern was to win later, they would actually wrap up the league today.
Right.
So it's probably more just a matter of time, similar to Liverpool. The biggest takeaway that I've taken from that game so far that I watched the first half before we hopped on here was Katzenmeyer's save for Dusseldorf was pretty fantastic. And I know our boy Zach Steffen's been banged up, so that's a nice save by him. And Jadon Sancho's passes, man, he just continues to show that he is a world-class talent.
He's silky, man.
Yeah, they should have absolutely have taken a lead in that game. They had multiple opportunities on a couple beautiful plays he made, and just people couldn't finish, Hakimi and Brandt. So,
yeah, it's one of those where the talent for Dortmund is far superior than Fortuna Dusseldorf. It's just a matter of finishing in the final third, I guess, in this one. Or maybe taking a team for granted. Because they're pressing, but they're not their usual selves. They're kind of not saying they're not hustling on the field, but it's kind of like, a little lax out there because they know they're way better than that team.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not pressing as much because they know that there's time.
Dusseldorf's definitely playing really good defense right now too. For the most part, they've been highly engaged in this one, trying to keep their spot in the Bundesliga alive. So they got something to play for, maybe more than Dortmund, but it's still a matter of time. I think your boy Haaland might make a substitution in this game. He was dressed in the 18 and he looked kind of eager to test that knee back out. So
yeah, he's been banged up a little bit.
Maybe a 65, 70th minute sub for him, and chance to score a goal might be something we see. So
the man does not lack the goal scoring. That's for sure.
He's just got to stay healthy and be on the field because he can definitely score them in clips. We know that. So
yeah, good news too. Marco Reus has finally recovered from his another injury, of course.
Yeah, start to forget that he's even there. Yeah.
I've been saying this for a long time. The man should have made the move to the Premier League, but he just cannot stay healthy. Every year, it's always something. Yeah. Always something.
Some guys still just are going to always want that comfort of the Bundesliga. Like look at Emre Can. Ever since he's come back to
he looks fantastic in Germany.
Yeah, he needed to get out of Italy and get back home. And
exactly.
Yeah, he's been great. He was playing well in this game so far too. So
and he's another one. He's a beast. People forget he went to Liverpool right after he left. He was on Bayern, wasn't he? Way back in the day?
He was on Bayern, yeah.
And then he went to Liverpool, and obviously, what was he on Juve?
Yeah, he was good at Liverpool. He wasn't great, but he was a good player, good Premier League player.
It was a move that needed to happen probably for himself to up his game because he was good enough. Absolutely, he was fantastic.
Yeah,
but obviously the Prem kind of can swallow guys up a little bit.
Yeah, and then some guys, he definitely did not play well at Juve, but that's typical too.
I feel like that happens to everybody.
Yeah.
You go to Italy and it's like, well, you get buried, or it's not the same style of play that you're used to. It's a little more defensive than, I guess, on the offense.
Yes, and not to talk about that or get into it while we're still on Bundesliga, but there was the first game in Italy was played yesterday, and there's one today. So we'll touch that in the grab bag section of the show.
I love the grab bag.
Yes.
Everyone,
you never know what you're gonna find.
You never know. I'm just gonna. I guess the other Bundesliga thing. for all our Bundesliga stands out there. Midweek, there was the German Cup.
Yes, there was.
We got Bayern moving on, obviously.
Yep.
And
both Bayerns.
yeah, and we got Leverkusen.
Yes.
So those two teams will meet for the German Cup to, I guess, hey, here's a trophy.
I got my Bayern pants on again, too, in case anybody's wondering. I do.
Always troll me. Always troll me with the pants.
You know how I roll.
I don't have a Dortmund hat, or I would have worn one today.
Yeah. I went with the U.S. flag in honor of MLS coming back. So.
And my hat has no relevance on the show at all, but
No, you just wore that to rub something in my face in case Bayern wins the title today.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
I need everybody on my side, so I just wear an Eagles hat.
Damn it.
But yes, the Bundesliga is in full swing, but it looks like Bayern Munich will most likely win the title today, probably. If Dortmund drop points.
Yeah, Dortmund. Well, they have to actually lose. They could still draw.
Lose.
Yeah, they could still draw and hang on for one more week.
That's basically all it is, because it's a 7-point lead, and like we've said before, Bayern has way too much talent. They're not letting that, especially how they've been playing coming out of this break. They've been on fire.
Yeah. Now they will be missing Lev and Mueller today.
Right.
So, and Gladbach is a top 4 team.
Yeah.
Gladbach, so there's no guarantee Bayern just rolls to a win today either. So there's a chance it goes another week. But it is a shout out to my man Kingsley Coman. It is his 24th birthday today. So someone's going to have to score some goals today. So it's on you, bro.
Kingsley, come on.
Yeah. Back healthy.
24.
Another one that always seems hurt. Yeah. How's he only 24?
I don't know.
I feel like he had to have been like 30. But yeah.
I saw that this morning on ESPN's little Twitter feed. It was like, happy birthday, Kingsley, come on. I'm like, great. Yeah. Just another young stud that they just find. A French international.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I sent him a happy birthday from our Twitter. So.
Rescind that. Say not from me. Just kidding. Happy birthday, Kingsley.
That's for all those Chelsea hashtags and shit you always put on. Speaking of it, I won't even go there yet. We'll stay away from there. So I guess just other scores at the half when it was the half. I know Hertha Berlin was up 1-0 on a Piatek goal. The next Lev.
I forgot he went there.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that kid. He will be on one of the big clubs, I'm sure.
Remember we were talking about that, where he was going to go earlier?
Yeah.
Like, where's Piatek going to go? And, of course,
there he is. He shows up. Now, they did get a red card in the first half, so who knows if they're going to be able to hold on to that lead. Again, I can't look at scores right now with everything that I have going on, so if you see anything, feel free to let me know, too. Werder Bremen was up 3-0. Klaassen had 2 goals. So
Bremen's up 4-0 now.
Oh, nice.
We got Union Berlin 1-0 over Cologne.
Yes. Who had that? I forget who had that goal, but that was the score at the half.
Hertha and Frankfurt 1-1.
Oh, so Frankfurt's tied it up.
And we got Wolfsberger versus Freiburg 2-2.
Oh, so that was 2-1 at the half. So.
And Dortmund and Dusseldorf still 0-0.
0-0.
Looking for that goal somewhere. Anybody.
Yeah.
But it'd be very Dortmund-like to come into the game where you're supposed to win and just lay an egg and just relinquish more points.
Yes, please do.
Please.
Let's wrap this up sooner than later.
Oh, man. Goddamn Bayern, I tell you.
At least I have something right now. I mean,
it's a winning squad. I'll tell you that.
That's one team that I have some faith in. That's about it.
Exactly. So where do we want to go now? Do we want to go MLS or do we want to go Prem?
Yeah, let's break down this tournament.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's coming.
As we mentioned last week, if for those that did not see it, Major League Soccer in the United States is coming back July 8th.
Yes. Starting play July 8th.
They have a very, very concrete plan to come back. Probably one that, I mean, I know the NHL has a pretty good idea of who's going to play who, but now the MLS had their World Cup style like draw basically and broke it down into 3 groups, right? Correct? 3 groups. And each conference.
Well, 3 groups in each conference, correct.
So 6 total groups.
Total of 6 groups.
4 in each group besides, I know the one Eastern Conference that actually the Union are in has 6.
Group A has 6, and that happens in certain tournaments. Sometimes some groups have more. As far as anybody's concerned, if that's fair, it doesn't really affect it. It actually gives you an extra couple games to better your record and get a chance to move in to the next round. So
right.
Yeah.
So basically, it seems like you play a round robin style in your group. You play 3 group games, kind of like the big tournaments that happen around the world.
Yes.
Is it the top 2 move on, or is it the group winners?
It's the top 2 from each group are moving on, and then the 4 best third place finishers.
Okay.
Will move into the round of 16.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So basically, they had their draw on Thursday. Let me pull these groupings up quick. So for all my MLS
laid out
people out there who have a team in the race, all my Philly Union people out there, we got a pretty good group. I'm happy.
All my Red Bull contingent, we got a pretty tough group minus the worst franchise in league history. And I'm so glad that we get to play them in this tournament. And I
know all your
crush that fandom.
All your Facebook beef with the Cincinnati people.
Yes, I am probably the most hated person of the Cincinnati FC.
a rivalry yes. Unlike any other. Brian versus the FC Cincinnati stands.
And
it is a hilarious battle.
I'm pretty happy with it.
And they try and like bully you around, saying you're like question your intelligence, which that has no
I love it.
relevance to what we're actually talking about. They're just mad that their team shouldn't even be in the MLS.
Because one time, like a year or so ago, I basically made a reference that they had no fandom.
Right.
And the thing is, it's an incorrect reference because they do. They have a tremendous amount of people and a huge following and a huge fan base. But it's just a horrible franchise. It's just an absolute debacle of a franchise, from signings to social media to
the racist coach that they had to fire.
To the racist coach, to posting the picture of the wrong new coach on your own social media. And your new coach thought it was a joke, but it was just an incompetent. So I even offered to come do their social media, and they weren't having it, I guess. So
get it together, Cincinnati.
Yeah, I tried. But yeah, we don't get along.
It's it really is a rivalry between Brian and FC Cincinnati stands, and I hope they're all listening. And I don't want to apologize for ripping into them because they are a joke.
I'm gonna have to do a really good video or something when they play each other in this tournament.
I think Ralphie can clip this and we can post it in that MLS
Oh yes, please,
of us
Ralphie.
just,
We're gonna need that. Let's
of
say we're
us just ripping FC Cincinnati, saying
the
that
24th
they're
minute
a joke.
of today's show, 25th minute technically.
Just a minute snippet of us just going off on them, and they're gonna get so mad.
One more of those little Red Bull, baby. New
Oh,
York,
boy.
let's go, New York. So let's
York.
break down these groups. We got Group A, Philly Union Group, local team, Adams team.
Let's go, boys.
Again, I've made the statement. I actually, after traveling there for last year's playoff game, a lot of respect to the Union and their fans.
You saw the real deal.
I saw it. But I'm sticking to my guns. But I actually, when we do our picks, you'll be happy that, I actually have you coming out of your group. So you got the hosts, Orlando City, heading up the group.
Yes, sir.
So they're the only team that gets home games for every game that they play. But they're so bad, I'm sure they'll only get to play the 3 in their group and be out of there. So
most likely, we'll go over the teams and I'll give a prediction.
Yeah, we won't do the picks. I was just talking shit on Orlando City because they're not very good either.
They're not very good.
And we have the other Florida team, Inter Miami,
New Boys,
NYFC, the Philly Union, the Chicago Fire, and Nashville SC. Also, some New Boys.
So we get all the new guys.
You get the new guys. You get a Fire team that is definitely nowhere near what they've been the last few years, and they're definitely in a rebuild. Even NYFC is probably not as strong as they had been the last 2 years.
Well, they don't get to play at their precious Yankee Stadium, so maybe we might have a chance now.
And, I mean, again, maybe you have an Orlando City team driven by the fact that it's in Orlando at Disney's Wide World of Sports and that they are the hosts of this tournament. So maybe that motivates them. But I think the Union has a pretty clear shot to roll in this group.
I'm saying if we don't get out of that group, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because Nashville, their 3 games they played before the pandemic happened, they did not look very impressive.
No, not yet.
Inter Miami did not look very impressive. I know they have Rodolfo Pizarro.
Yes, Mr. Pizarro.
A great player. And they were in the expansion draft, and, they got Lee Wynn and Louis Robles from the Red Bull is down there now. But
he is?
I feel like we can roll them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing about the 6 teams in it is not everyone plays the same teams, which is weird.
Right.
Because I know the Union play Nashville, Inter Miami, and then NYCFC in the group. So we don't play the Fire at all, which is whatever to me.
But I think, regardless, with the 4 best third place teams making it to the round of 16 as well, it's pretty much a lock that the Union is going to be into that round of 16. And if they're not, that's going to be a huge disappointment.
It's sad if we don't finish 3rd out of that group.
Yeah. If you can't get 3rd in that group and be one of the 4 best third place teams in doing so,
might as well pack it in.
Yeah, you don't deserve to. So, yeah, that's good news for you and good news for all the Union fans out there. Since we are in the Philly area, they are our home team of the show.
Yes, sir. We're back, boys.
I'll give you that.
But we're back.
Yes.
No real big signings, sort of.
Yeah, not really. There wasn't much movement, honestly, in the MLS at all.
We looked okay before the pandemic happened. We tied at LAFC, which is huge on the road.
It's big.
And our new center back, Jacob Glesnes, had a fucking piper of a free kick. If you want to look that up,
look it up.
Jacob Glesnes versus LAFC this past year, and listen to Stu Holden absolutely lose his mind after the goal. Oh my God! Ah,
he gets on my nerves.
This is gonna go down in history.
Yeah, I was watching the replay of the Euro 16 finals last night. He annoys me.
Stewie.
Yeah. So,
I don't know how I feel about Stu, but yeah.
Nah, he's all right. He just sometimes he gets on my.
Just kidding. I love you, Stu. We want to work for the MLS.
Yeah, he's got some good tweets. You're all right, Stu. I like it. Group B. Group B. Seattle, returning champions.
This is Western Conference now.
This is one of your Western Conference groups. So,
champions.
Championship
Seattle.
defending Seattle Sounders. You got FC Dallas, the Whitecaps of Vancouver, and the San Jose Earthquakes in that group.
And again, Seattle will be the group winners, and it's a fight for probably second. Dallas is a good young team with a lot of young Americans. I know if you've been listening to us from the start, I have pumped their tires a lot. And if you follow the U.S. men's national team, you know that they have a young Paxton Pomykal. They have a young Reggie Cannon, who eventually both will find their way over to Europe at some point.
Yes.
A young Jesus Ferrara, who is also a young American. So these are a lot of young kids that we hope as U.S. fans develop into something great. So Dallas is an intriguing team this year. Absolutely. Other than that, I mean, Vancouver, they got the kid who was Canadian, but then he went to Mexico.
Yes.
And he's back. Lucas something. I forget his last name. It's something, an Italian name.
Yes.
But something like that. But other than that, I know we see a lot of that MLS group that Brian and I are a part of on Facebook. It's a lot of Vancouver fans.
Yeah, probably next to FC Cincinnati, Vancouver may be one of the.
And they just pretend that they're a good team as well. I'm like, you guys haven't been good in a long ass time.
Yeah.
You let go of Alphonso Davies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they wanted money.
Who again is one of the will probably be one of the best left backs in the world in due time.
Oh yeah.
But that's a sidebar. But yeah.
I will throw one plug for Vancouver though. It's actually a guy I used to work with. It's his best friend's son is the right back for the Vancouver Whitecaps, and they are from Robbinsville, New Jersey.
Nice.
Local to here, Jacob Nerwinski. So he is the starting right back for them. Pretty decent player.
Let's get him on.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try and work on that. Like I said, my buddy and his dad are good friends, so I'm going to see if we can try and set that up and get him on for an interview.
It's a good time to do it. Like,
yeah.
Every show on this platform, if you guys haven't been listening, it's been fantastic over the past few months with the guests that.
Yeah, it's really growing with some of the people that we've been able to get on here. It's unbelievable. So we want to get on that same bandwagon. We will. It's just a matter of time. Like you said, we were getting back into the game here and making some contacts, and we had a few things lined up pre-pandemic, so we're just trying to get that all organized and ready to rock.
The training wheels are coming off.
Yeah. So we'll move on to Group C. That's an Eastern Conference group as well. Again, you have last year's Eastern Conference champions, Toronto FC.
Yep.
The New England Revolution. My man Thierry Henry's team, the Montreal Impact.
The Montreal Impact.
And your buddy, Bruce Arena's DC United.
Bruce Arena can suck my nuts. I'm a loser.
So, yeah, another group that could be interesting.
Toronto will be interesting to see how they come back. I know that, Josie, Altidore, I know all these, everybody that's watching, the name Josie from the U.S. national team.
Yes.
Michael Bradley, but they are on the other side of 30 at this point. So it'll be interesting to see. I know, what's his name, that came in last year and scored a bunch of goals for them.
Pozuelo.
Yes.
Yes.
Pozuelo.
He looked pretty good.
Is a stud. So we'll see. I would assume that, but New England made a lot of moves recently, and they look very good.
And I misspoke. I said
Bruce Arena is with the
New
Revolution.
England, not DC. So let me correct myself before we continue. For anybody who's going to pick me apart later,
rewind it and
bring it back. But
Bruce Arena is New England
Revolution. Who again, like you were saying, actually played pretty decent last year. So
they're just, they play at a football stadium. They play at the Patriots.
Yeah, they play at Gillette. So.
And it's nobody really cares about the Revs. Again, I'm sorry for bashing all these teams, but
it's the sad truth.
When you're in quarantine all these months, you just that fire burns in you every day. Oh boy. But yeah, that group is probably Toronto. I'm going to say taken away with that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a fight for that third spot between probably Montreal and DC. I don't think DC is that good. I know they obviously they lost Rooney. They lost the little guy.
Acosta?
Yeah, I believe he's gone. Luciano Acosta. Yeah. And Paul Arriola, I think he broke his leg.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be fit still.
Back in March?
It was like
before
early,
the season, maybe February.
It was like right in the beginning of the season or preseason.
Our boy Paul Dunzo. So they're going to be struggling, I would assume. So Toronto, I think that's an easy group for them to walk away with.
Yeah, I guess just to recap so far, out of the groups I had the Union, like I said, coming out of A. Mm-hmm. with NYFC. They were the two I had out of there.
Right.
I had Seattle and Dallas out of B. Mm-hmm. And so far I actually had Toronto and DC still finding a way to come out.
Yeah, we're pretty much on the same page. I would probably only say the Revs probably get out of Group C instead of DC.
Yeah, I just didn't want to pick Bruce Arena for anything.
People don't forget. You're a shitty coach.
All right, so moving on to Group D, Western Conference Group. We got Real Salt Lake, Sporting KC, the Colorado Rapids, and the Minnesota United. Probably the most underwhelming group out of all the groups, I would say.
I wouldn't be surprised if they win that group, though, honestly.
Who's that, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I absolutely
They're sneaky good.
I have them in RSL as my two in that group. Probably not a ton to break down, but I had Minnesota going further in last year's playoffs, and unfortunately they played Seattle, so that did not end well for them. But I think, like you said, they're a sneaky good team. They have some pretty good veteran leadership on that team. And Real Salt Lake is pretty consistent every year. So Colorado's still pretty bad. And,
they're working their way back. I don't see them.
Yeah. And I have Sporting KC as, well, when I give my four third placers that I think will advance, but they're on that list of the four. So, but yeah, it's a kind of underwhelming group. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see KC. That group's kind of up in the air. I think any of those teams can honestly walk away with it.
Yeah.
Again, we didn't see enough from some of these teams to really go off on a prediction, like a concrete, all right, this team looks this way. They only played 3 games this past year.
A lot of it is just dating back to last year and how some teams finished.
And again, just adding, they added Alan Polito, who started the year fantastic. The Mexican international.
Yeah.
He came over to Sporting KC and has looked pretty good in the 3 games that they played before the pandemic. So, and I said he was a dark horse for MVP and the Golden Boot race. So,
yeah.
He's looking good, so I don't know.
Yeah, way back when we previewed the MLS.
Feels
season.
Like forever.
Dude, it's like literally.
It's 4 months ago.
It was winter time, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're freezing our fucking shit off in our lovely studio.
Yeah. So moving on, Group E.
Group E.
Would be my focus group. We have the champions of 2 years ago, Atlanta United.
Mm-hmm.
We got Columbus,
the Crew,
New York Red Bull, and we have that other team.
That other team.
I don't even want to give them the justification of saying their name on
They're
it.
going to be so mad at you if they listen to this.
FC Cincinnati.
The fact that we don't even say their name. Oh, that other team.
That other team.
That doesn't know how to run their social media or pick a coach.
Yeah. So that should be I don't know. Again, I'm in the same boat as you. Obviously, Atlanta is the best team.
Atlanta's going to run away with that.
They are the clear favorite in that group.
And no offense to the Red Bull, but you guys did absolutely nothing.
Nada.
Over the
Zero.
summer.
Except lose your all-time leading striker.
BWP.
You lose your world-class left back. Yeah. You're going on a year now, a year removed from losing one of the best young central defensive midfielders in the game.
You lost Kamar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're in left back. So losing Kamar, losing Tyler Adams 2 years ago now, losing Bradley. It's Danny Royer's team.
He's got to have to fill up the goal sheet.
You're losing Robles, again, one of the best goalkeepers in MLS history, I would say.
Which I still think that's fucked up the way they did that to him.
Yeah, that was not the exit that I was hoping for from him.
Like a guy that's been like a stalwart in your net for 5+ years, and the way he's handled himself, never got in trouble.
Yeah.
Just by the book, always a good keeper, seems like a really good dude.
Yeah.
Not even offer him another extension, just let him.
Because he probably would have took it too.
He would have taken a pay cut to play for that club.
And the kid you're bringing in has been stuck behind him for a few years and obviously hasn't done a good enough job to take the job from him.
Who, Mira?
So, yeah.
They've been hyping him up for like 6 years now.
Yeah, and through the first couple games, I didn't see anything that incredible out of him. I mean, he even let up a couple late goals to that other team in the one game that we played and should have just demolished them. So,
did you beat the other team?
Yeah, of course. It was 4-2 final. It wasn't.
I just forget everything that's happened in the past.
Yeah, I had to go way back and dig to that when that actually happened, but that did happen already once this year. So that's kind of what started this all too. Was
the banter.
So yeah, I have Atlanta coming out, and I got to pick my boys to be the other team. Although they tend to sometimes struggle with Columbus, no matter what Columbus team it is. But I still have them finding a way to beat Columbus, Joan Zardis's team.
I think you have a good enough team with, Simsy.
Yeah, and the defense. Still got Long, still got Barker.
Raczynski.
Yeah, I love Raczynski. And your boy,
good team.
Ryan Buckmaster.
Buckmaster starting right back.
Ryan Buckmaster starting right back.
We'll get Buckmaster on the show.
Oh, dude, I'd love to get that man on the show. You better be nice if we do.
I will. I'm always nice. I never troll the Red Bull at all.
No, you don't.
Even though we beat you in the playoffs.
You did. It was fun. And our last group,
Last grouping.
I would say if you had to
Group
pick
of death?
a group of death, I was going to give it to E initially, but then when I looked deeper, this is obviously
I know,
even
I'm looking, I'm
stronger.
like, you got the El Trafico.
Yes, in a group. So you might be able to get it in the group and again later on if both teams can find a way to advance, which both teams should with one of the third place teams coming out as well. So LAFC, LA Galaxy, Houston Dynamo, poor Houston Dynamo.
Tab
Because
Ramos's stupid ass.
yeah, because the fourth team is the ever dangerous Portland Timbers as well.
Don't
So
sleep on them.
I definitely see three teams coming out of this group, because that's just a lot of firepower there. Unless they just really beat each other up, and
It's definitely a group of death for me because LAFC, obviously, all the people that watch the MLS, Carlos Vela, the Mexican international, is on LAFC, and they also have an incredible Latif Blessing, who's a little guy who very pacey. Rossi, right, the young Italian,
he's another one.
and they got Kenneth Vermeer in net now, who played years at Ajax in the Netherlands.
Actually, I think that Rossi's from Uruguay too.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
It's what's his first?
Oh, and
name?
they have Bradley Wright Phillips.
Oh, BWP coming off the bench, super sub role. Mark Anthony K, Atuesta, like some of these young up and coming kids that I know. Mark Anthony K is Canadian.
They just added Andy Niger yesterday too.
No way.
They did. The MLS 2010 Rookie of the Year.
People forget about Andy Nahar.
27-year-old from Honduras, is now a member of LAFC and will be eligible to play in the tournament. So the rich get richer.
Get the hell out of here. He's back.
Yeah, man. He is back.
The DC United wonder kid.
10 years ago wins Rookie of the Year at 17.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That he's only 27.
Yeah.
He went to Anderlecht in Belgium, and it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good career.
Yeah.
Andy Nahar back. Good to know that LAFC just keeps the talent coming along.
Yes.
And also the Galaxy, for all you, I know the people that maybe not watch soccer that much, but you know the name Chicharito.
Oh, yeah.
Javier Hernandez.
Everybody will get to see him in full force now.
The little P, he is on the Galaxy now. I know the Galaxy did not get off to a very good start when the pandemic happened. I think they were like, I think they drew 1 and lost 2, I think. I think they only had like 1 point.
Yeah. They were struggling, but
he didn't look great, but who knows? And the ever dangerous Portland Timbers, Diego Valeri is always a beast. Probably will go down as one of the best MLS players ever. He just year in, year out, he just scores goals.
Chara playing defensive mid. They're a good team.
And one of the best fan groups probably in all of MLS, the Portland Timbers. Timber Army is fantastic. Shout out Timber Joey.
Word. Timber Joey getting a shout out on the show. I actually have them and FC coming out of the group with Galaxy getting in the third place.
Makes sense.
So yeah, just my 4 third place teams that I picked. I had Galaxy, I had Montreal Impact with my boy Henry getting a team into the round of 16. Yes. Sporting KC, and I went with Miami.
Interesting.
I think with some of these vets that they have and the core that they have, this is a good setting for a team like that. You only got you got 3 games to do something and get into that round of 16. So I think they can maybe squeak a win out of one of those games that they play and get 3 points, and then maybe draw enough to be able to steal one of those third place spots and get into that. So
again, it's I guess to put a bow on it all, it's hard to say because again, every team played 3 games.
Yeah.
So the cohesiveness of everybody trying to come together as a squad in those 3 games, you're not seeing like some of these teams at their full potential, what they can be, but it'll be interesting, I mean, the preseason is underway. I know they started practicing again, the full squad they were allowed to. So I think it'll be a good opportunity for people to start watching the MLS, I guess, basically.
Yeah, they said teams can report as early as June 24th to Orlando.
To go down there, okay.
And are required to be there at least 7 days before their first game.
Right.
So
just in case somebody I'm sure somebody's going to test positive at some point.
Yeah, so I guess it gives time and precautions. July 8th is the start. That's your first game.
Mm-hmm.
It will feature Orlando and Inter Miami as the first game of the tournament. Go ahead.
I know that timing-wise, it's a little weird. They were trying to not play during the day, I guess, for maybe like, obviously, if people have been to Florida in July and August, it sucks. It's so hot. It's like 100 degrees. So I believe the games they're trying to do, I think it was 9 a.m., maybe like 7 and like a late game.
Yeah.
9 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah, they're trying to mix everything up, like early morning and then evening as well. I haven't got the full-blown schedule yet, but I know that's pretty much the...
Yeah, that's what they were at least talking about.
Yeah.
Trying to not play during the day where obviously these guys haven't played in 3 months.
Yeah,
and they're throw them out there in the middle of the Florida sun in the summertime probably isn't the best thing.
And they're squeezing a total of 54 games played between July 8th and July 24th.
Right.
So it'll accumulate a total of 54 games played because the round of 16 begins on the 25th. So I mean they got to get a lot of games in and played.
Yeah.
And
they're going to be coming fast and furious.
Yeah,
for sure.
That runs the 25th to the 28th. Your quarters are from the 30th to the 1st of August. Semis are played on the 5th and 6th of August. And then the
94th minute.
Who scored?
The blonde-haired guy.
Holland?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
just got an update.
What a prediction.
Aaron Holling comes on and scores a 94th minute winner for Dortmund.
I mean, I said 70th minute, but I mean, I'll still take the call.
That's what he does. He just comes on and scores goals.
Well, they showed him in the first half, and he already had his penny off, and he was rearing and ready to go. He looked like he wanted to get on the pit, so I figured at some point he was going to get that goal.
Hello, I am French. Hello.
Oh, hello there.
Anna.
We like French people. You're all right. You're welcome.
Lit Anna? Nice. Love it.
Lit Anna's French. Fantastic. Welcome,
Anna.
I'm Lit Brian.
I am Lit Adam. Welcome.
So I love the way we get updates these days. Sports updates have come a long way.
Just like my dad walking down, he's like, Holland scored. I'm like,
yeah, we got a goal.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's the little things these days, but yes.
So Dortmund's season is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Puts a little pressure on Bayern now to at least grab some points today.
Yes.
Not to jump back to the Bundesliga, but it was a good time to do so. So
yeah, it was a little segue. I know we're Segway City over here.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I was correct in saying
to wrap the MLS up.
Yes.
Watch it.
Watch it.
It should be entertaining. They haven't come out with TV yet, but I'm assuming ESPN will probably jump on that.
Oh yeah, it's own. It's at worldwide of sports, just like the NBA is doing. So they own it all.
Wink, wink. ESPN.
Yeah, so it is in ESPN's hands. I think most of it will actually be on television. You won't necessarily need Plus to see everything. You should be able to get it on regular or two.
Perfect time.
Yes.
You got nothing else to watch. Nothing else is back yet. So
exactly. First back. first organized team sport back in the United States.
Imagine soccer is one of the first ones back. Actually, let's not discredit our ladies in the NWSL.
Yes, we
They're
always
back.
say
We talk about
soccer.
women.
We always talk about women's soccer. It might only be for 2 minutes, but we talk about them.
June 27th, NWSL. The Women's League is back, and they have a similar style tournament. I just want to throw that out there. I know I've seen a lot of women's soccer players when somebody's like, hey, the MLS is the first league back. They're like, actually, the NWSL starts.
We beat you to it.
Yes.
So
I want to give credit to them because they were the first to actually have a concrete plan in place, and we'll be playing in 2 weeks' time, actually, today. 2 weeks today.
Fantastic.
The Women's League, and we know how our U.S. women's team just bosses everybody around. You could see all those. I think Rapinoe said she's not going to play, though, in this tournament. She has other shit going on, and obviously our girl...
Morgan.
Yes, Alex Morgan just had a baby, so I don't
we
believe
won't
she's
be
playing
seeing her either.
But we still have our boys, our girls like Rose Lavelle. She really stood out in the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Kristen Press. Okay. There you go.
I found this flag. I've been wanting to show the flag with cups.
Is that the South Africa one?
No, this was from Germany 06.
Oh, God.
And it's I'm not going to give them a promotion, so I'm not going to hold the whole flag up. But it was something I got from a local watering hole.
That's pretty dope, actually.
One of the sponsors, yeah. Dug that out of a bin the other day, doing some quarantine cleaning. So
love it, dude.
Yeah, and yes, Jeff, to answer you,
the Union will
win their group. They better.
I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you. We're dying for some Union soccer here. We only got a small little glimpse, and we're just hoping that once this tournament's over, that the regular season is going to start again. And I hope that fans are allowed, at least some fans are allowed in the stadium at that time, at least in August, maybe.
Maybe we can organize some kind of watch party or something for one of the Union games on A2D since they're the Philly team. So we'll figure that out. We'll have a couple games to play with, so we'll look at the schedule coming up.
I'd like to get a Philly Union guy on. I know some of the Sons of Ben podcasts have been doing really well as well during this pandemic with guests.
Yeah.
They had Jimmy Curtin on, the coach, and Shabelko, our boy.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Well, some of them Sons of Ben's guys do follow us on social media as well.
So. I'd like to have Adam and I think it's Jeff.
Yeah. Maybe we can link up with them as well.
They have a pretty good pod if you guys, all my Union fans, if you're itching for Union and any
Union
MLS soccer, listen to them. They've had some pretty good guests, and they talk pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
But should we get some our baby, the Premier League?
Yes, we need to get to
close it out with the
our bread and butter. Yeah, I guess right before we get to them, I did mention Italian soccer returned yesterday. I'll just give that quick.
The Coppa Italia.
The Coppa Italia semifinals. It's a 2-game. It's the second game. It was tied 1-1 into aggregate going into the game, and it was a 0-0 snoozer. Ronaldo actually missed a penalty. He missed another pretty much easy shot actually before the penalty. Untypical of him. He usually puts those away. But Juve does move on regardless with the road goal in the first game. There was no Zlatan for Milan in that game. And then the other game today at 3 p.m., Napoli and Inter.
Fantastic.
So that's a great game to watch. Another thing, that one
you guys
is on
got
ESPN
nothing going on. Watch that.
You want to see a good game, Napoli and Inter playing to get to the Coppa Italia final. Definitely something to watch.
That's a lot of good players on one team.
Yeah.
That Lautaro Martinez kid for Inter, he's a good player.
Yeah. Dude, Inter's a great team. There's a lot of talent on that team.
Lukaku, for all our Prem people out there, he's at Inter now.
They're talking about adding some pieces too coming up here, so they're always back in the running now for quality players. So yes, so let's get to the Prem.
Let's get after it.
We are back on Wednesday.
We're back, baby. Let's go. We got a double header.
Double header Wednesday.
What is it? Villa and
Hosting.
Sheffield, right?
Yes, Villa hosts Sheffield
At 1:00. I'm assuming that's going to be on NBC Sports.
usually are. I haven't double checked, but I think both are going to be.
I would assume NBC would be stupid to give up those TV rights.
Yeah. So
and also, what's the second one?
Oh,
Your boys, right?
yeah, Man City hosting Arsenal. Yeah.
Oh boy, welcome back.
Thanks.
Welcome back. You play the Citizens.
Talking to one of our newest fans, my homie Doug that I met, the Spurs fan. Unfortunately for him,
Tough.
but I don't know. He's like, "Aren't you happy?" I'm like, "For what? Why? That's the game I got to come back to."
Yeah, let's play City, our first game back after 3 months.
Yeah. So we'll see. We have a couple predictions on both those games, and then we'll be rolling into the weekend of the start of the actual season for next weekend. So when we're on air next week, next Saturday, we'll obviously be talking Bundesliga because Bayern can't wrap it up now today, no matter what happens.
Right.
So that league will still be going, and then we'll have all the Prem games to be talking about as well. So.
Yeah, this time next week we'll be back with our Premier League live look-ins.
Yes.
As we are on coming on live.
Yeah. Yes.
And so we got the Wednesday games. Obviously, those are the makeups, like Brian said earlier, to make everybody on even games here. And then Friday, we're right back to it. We got Norwich, our Canaries, playing Southampton. And then we got a fucking cracker at 3:15 on Friday. We got Spursies hosting Man United.
Yes.
In a very good matchup to
one of the few
kick us off here.
Few times of the year you'll see me root for Man United.
It's just so exciting that this is all back because I almost forget like what teams were playing well and who's on what. Like I totally forgot like Bruno Fernandes was actually playing decent for United at the time.
Oh yeah, he was playing great for United at the time.
And Jess Lingard's just still sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, United. You won't get any sympathy from me from Spurs and United. I'm sorry.
But yeah, unfortunately for the rest of the league, this break definitely, I think, helps United. They were one team that was injury riddled, and I think they're going to come back pretty healthy.
Yeah, Rashford was hurt there for what, 2 months at least?
Rashford was hurt. Martial's been in and out of the lineup.
Scotty McTominay was hurt.
McTominay was chipped up. Maguire was a little chipped up. So for them,
it was perfect time.
Yeah, I mean that defense has been pretty solid this year.
I mean, I love
Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof. Yeah, the Swede.
I'm a Victor Lindelof stan.
Yeah. You're gonna have a little boysenberry syrup with them.
No, seriously, I love Victor.
I know you do.
He's my boy.
I'm a Wan-Bissaka stan too, but
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's fast as shit and he's a good tackler.
Yeah.
If his offensive game comes around again, for all my United fans, I'm sorry, I'm not picking little details. I'm sure every team can talk about certain guys on their clubs, but if he gets his offensive game going, like whipped in crosses,
yeah,
you got a stud on your hands.
Oh yeah, Daniel James, another young Welshman.
They talking about they want to let go of Danny James. They just want to let him walk.
That's crazy.
It's like, dude, he had a hot start. Remember in the beginning of the season, he was on fire.
He did.
He was the only one that was putting the ball in the net, and then all of a sudden he had a good first month, and after the first month, it was kind of like people had like tape on him. They knew what he was about.
Yeah.
And I think confidence-wise, he was just
and he was just losing time. Yeah. Obviously, Rashford came on and was having a phenomenal career year.
Golden Boot race.
Yeah.
Before he got hurt.
It's amazing how, remember at one point we were talking about them having PK problems and Pogba and Rashford.
Oh, that's another freaking...
That was like a lifetime ago.
I almost forgot the Paul Pogba.
Yeah, that was all this season. That
just makes you miss it even more.
Yeah, it's crazy how long it's been.
That the little things that we forgot that were going on, like Paul Pogba being an asshole.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So, was that it for Friday?
Yeah, those two games, doubleheader Friday. Norwich, Southampton, and Spurs versus United on Friday.
And then what's early on Saturday morning?
So Saturday
we would come on.
Before we come on, the early 7:30 game is our Watford, the Hornets, versus the Leicester boys, the Foxes.
Watford was back today with a friendly, I saw as well.
Yeah.
So that's the breakfast game.
And then we don't have our rooster.
I know. We got to get Ralphie the rooster.
Sound effect.
Got to get him the rooster. I'll play the rooster from
our breakfast game, man. Yeah. Miss saying that. I miss hearing you say that.
Yeah.
And then 10 o'clock while we're on is Brighton versus your boys Arsenal.
Oh yeah, they got to go like right back to back with the Saturday game.
So you're going to the coast and playing the Gulls.
Yes, that's the only one that's on that Saturday.
That's the 10 o'clocker, and then this is what's great because they're going to probably try and put all these games on TV. So you're probably going to be able to see 2 to 4 games a day.
Spread them out.
So 12:30 next Saturday, when we're bouncing off the air, we're going to have West Ham against Wolves. And then 2:45, you got the Cherries and Bournemouth hosting our Palace DC friends.
Okay.
So that's Saturday.
So I'm thinking we should do 4 picks.
Sure.
That go from the Wednesday makeup games till we go on the air Saturday. We can pick out of all those games.
Okay.
And then on our show Saturday, anything that's going to be beyond that through the weekend will be 4 more picks. So we can catch back up on some picks here.
Surely.
All right.
Let's go down the list. Do you want to pick City and Arsenal at all?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm okay with doing that.
You're about that?
I'm all about the tough question.
Oh, man, I got to go back to I don't even know what the points are right now. I have it in my notes.
Yeah, I know you got it written down and saved somewhere. So
I have a 10-point lead.
Damn.
96 to 86. Again, for those who are new, Brian and I have been picking 4 matches per week. You get 1 point for a draw.
One point for picking the correct result.
Right.
So if you pick a win, no matter what the score is, or a tie or whatever, you get 1 point.
If you predict the correct actual score, like on the button, you get 3.
Yeah, so a perfect prediction is worth 4 points.
4, correct.
And you and I have had a few of those throughout the season.
We've been pretty back and forth, and then that one week I just extended that lead. I had like a 12-point lead. Yeah, it was crazy.
You were like NBA Jam on fire. Yeah.
I think I hit 2 perfect scores, and then it's like that 8-point swing was enough to put me in front. But yeah, we'll start with let's start with City Arsenal on Wednesday. What do you think?
You're giving me first crack, huh? I appreciate that.
Hey, it's your team.
So, this is a clear-cut pick for me. The
Draw.
The Draw Kings.
They are the Draw Kings, unfortunately.
2-2. Their favorite score, a 2-2 draw.
That's fair. Again, it's hard because I don't know how
Yeah. Who's
everyone's
going to
going to come out and play.
You don't even know who's going to be in lineups yet, you know?
Yeah.
But we're
Is Leroy Sané alive? Is he back?
Yeah.
He's back from his broken leg or whatever.
Yeah, half of Arsenal might be gone before this game even starts from everything I read each day, so.
Yeah, Lacazette freaking taking whippets or whatever.
Yeah, he's the best. I love him. He's going to Atletico, which is fine because
damn
that's
French, I tell you.
he's going to end up on Atletico, and that's my adopted La Liga team, so I'm okay with it. Yeah. So
I'm gonna say 3-1 City.
You're probably going to get 4 points and extend your lead on me.
I'm trying, man. Training wheels are off. Spurs United, you want to pick that for Friday?
Yeah, that's a definite.
Got to do that one.
Yep. You get first crack at that one then.
Oh boy. I don't know what kind of Spurs we're going to see. Are we going to see the Spurs in the beginning of the Mourinho era when they were on fire? But they don't have Dele for this game. He's suspended.
Oh yeah, I did have that.
He violated quarantine, right?
Suspension. No, he made a post.
Oh, that's right.
Belittling a Twitter post belittling the coronavirus pandemic.
Oh, I knew it was something with.
Yeah. So the team.
Very insensitive.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He
was actually playing really good under Mourinho too. I think HK's back.
Is Harry Kane back?
According to...
I saw that mouth breather practicing.
According to our new fan, Doug, Harry Kane is going to be coming back this week. I don't know how much validity that holds, but he is convinced that Harry Kane will do enough and is motivated enough to get back for this game. Keep the Spurs in the top 4. I hate Harry Kane. And yeah, but Sonny is. I think Sonny's not on any crazy suspensions or anything, right? He didn't choke anybody out during quarantine because we know he's a little unstable.
He has not kicked anyone yet.
He hasn't kicked anybody in the face.
He was suspended twice this year.
I know. He almost killed Andre Gomez. Like
the wires crossed on the guy.
Yeah, he's
freaking Sonny. Actually, sidebar quickly. With the job that I had with obviously with no baseball, I had to score Korean games from last year.
Nice.
And it's the full game, so you see all the commercials, and Sonny is in like 2 commercials.
That's awesome.
He has a hair product one, and there's like some other
surprise.
Where he's like hanging with his boys, and he's like, yeah,
just throwing down some Korean beers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, awesome. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, it's my pick. It's called just pandering. I'm just
filibustering. Yes.
It's when we can't think of a score. I just go off on a little tangent. I don't know. I feel like I might pull my draw card out here. Depends on what other games we have.
Well, let's run down the other ones. I don't want to pick a second Arsenal game. Arsenal Brighton, so that's out. Do you want to do the
breakfast game?
I would pick the breakfast game. Absolutely.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, I'm going to go draw card on this one. I'm going to go 1-1 Spurs United.
Okay. And I am
play it safe.
And I'm going to go 2-1 United because
Lord,
we all know Spurs are not getting picked here. So
that's right.
I want to have them get shut out, but if HK and Sonny are both back, I could see a goal happening. So
yeah, I think Harry Kane gets on the sheet.
Yeah, so let's go 2-1 United. in a
Sounds
victory.
good. Oh, Youssef, I see in the comments. Sidebar, who's winning the Champions League? I know we didn't really talk Champions League because I think they're going to play in August.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there's still some games that need to finish the second leg. The Bayern-Chelsea thrashing still needs to finish.
Yeah, before I'm like confident in making a pick, I really need to go back and look because it's been so removed from
Oh,
there
my God.
too. But obviously, Liverpool is going to be a clear favorite.
Yep.
Bayern's going to be
I think
favorite.
Bayern looks very good.
Bayern looks very good, and they're finally healthy, and they're
if
very
Serge
deep.
Gnabry can score like he's doing, and Davies is coming into his own, they had to make room for Davies.
Yeah.
So they had to move David Alaba to center back and put Kimmich in the holding midfield role.
Yeah. What problems to have?
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, Kimmich is like the next Philip Lahm. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, I love Kimmich, man. He could do anything.
He's a beast. That chip he had against Dortmund, I'm like, you filthy motherfucker.
Yeah, if we ever get Euros back, I think Germany's finally back. I think the next
it was supposed to start yesterday.
I know.
Talk about a buzzkill.
I know. I was gonna watch him while I was at the shore next week, like I do every time there's a major world tournament on, whether it's the Euros or CONCACAF or World Cup. It's usually the week I'm at the shore. I lay on the couch, chill out, watch some games, hit the beach. So I will not get that. Although I will, there'll be some other stuff, some league games that I'll be able to watch. So
name a better time than that.
I know. Life's good.
But yes, Youssef, I would say probably Bayern. That's just my.
They got to be Bayern.
My early selection.
Obviously, Bayern, Liverpool, and your Barca, Real.
The La Liga teams are always.
Yeah, I had City winning it before all this happened because of what was basically happening, and then I guess they're still removed. Haven't heard anything on that. That's kind of been on hold. They haven't had hearings on that, but
they're making a hearing after the season, so we'll see.
Yeah, so there's a few in the race, but yeah, I don't disagree. Bayern probably one of the best.
Great question, Youssef. Thanks for bringing that up.
So let's we got two more to pick. So what's the other Friday game?
Norwich Southampton. I would rather do the Wednesday Villa Sheffield, honestly.
Okay, so if you want to do that one, let's go back to that one.
Let's go back to Aston Villa versus our boys, the Blades.
Yeah, Villa hosting this game. Sheffield still in a great opportunity.
I'll say if everyone
or fifth place.
If people forget, Sheffield, newly promoted team, has had a fantastic season, exceeding expectations through the roof.
Absolutely.
Chris Wilder, the coach of the year in my opinion.
100%.
Just a bunch of freaking Brits coming together and balling out.
Misfits, yeah.
And Ollie, I think he's Welsh or something.
Yeah. There's like one or two Irishmen and one or two Welsh or Northern Irishmen, but they're pretty much maybe one Scot. They're a tight knit group.
Very good group, but yeah, it's your go.
It's my go. We're just firing back up. Aston Villa has not been the team that they were early in the year. They, again, have a couple good players. I'm going to go with a tip.
Is Johnny McGinn back?
I don't know. That could be big factor in picking this, but I think I'm just going to play it safe with what Sheffield has done a majority of the year on the road and take a 1-0 victory.
1 goal. They're good for one.
Yeah. I'll take advantage of picking first on that one and go 1-0 Sheffield.
Touche, friend. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Sheffield is always good for that 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Every time.
But they could score more than one. They've had a couple multi-goal games.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to do my research first and see if Johnny McGinn's going to be back.
Okay.
I know this is cheating, but
not really. It's perfect time for me to just mention one thing too that I wanted to mention We didn't talk. We talked a lot about it in the last show with everything that was going on. One cool thing that the Premier League is going to be doing, at least to start the season, in place of all players' names on the back of their jerseys, will have the Black Lives Matter logo. So no player will be named. It's pretty much everybody's playing in unity. At least for the first 2 weeks back, that's going to be on their logos or on their jerseys. So I just wanted to mention that.
I think John is going to be back, actually.
Nice.
Because I read an article, they said in March that he was close to coming back. So I'm sure after a 3-month layoff, he's probably good to go.
He's probably ready to go.
Because he fractured his ankle pretty badly in December. So,
yeah, it's about
6
the timetable.
months later.
Yeah, he's probably
I'm
ready
sure
to
he'll
rock.
probably give it a go. But I don't know how much that actually has effect to play into the game, but
he's a big catalyst on that team, though.
They started sucking when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, Jackie Grealish, he's going after this year.
Yeah, well, it didn't help that Wesley disappeared after game 3 either.
He stinks.
He's still not as bad as Joe Linton.
Oh, man. Let's not start. Talk about a hit and miss, a miss and a half.
Yeah, everybody just sees that Brazil flag next to a guy and assumes that they're going to be, but it's not always the case.
Prem's a different animal, bro.
Yeah, that's why Neymar will never come.
True.
Call you out, punk.
Punk. I'm going to say... I'm going to say 2-1 Sheffield.
I figured that's kind of where you were going. You got to give Villa that goal with McGinn back on the pitch.
I feel like I don't know how teams are going to come out and play. Nobody has any idea.
Well, look at the early returns on the Bundesliga. Some of those games were 5-0.
Right.
6-1, whatever. There were some teams just weren't as ready as others to come back. And I think teams with a little bit more talent should
Some are motivated to come back, like you said.
Yeah.
Some might not be. I don't know.
And some lower teams, even their lives are on the line. So,
well, Villa's in that conversation of relegation, so they better come out of the gates and play.
Yeah, and Sheffield's got a lot to play for with, 5th place maybe being a Champions League spot now.
Can you imagine Sheffield getting in Champions League?
Yeah, or even Europa. Even a free Europa pass is going to be ridiculous for a team like that for 1 year.
It wouldn't be good for them, though, next season, because that's so many games they have to play.
Yeah, everybody thinks that's a great thing, but it can tend to hurt.
They don't have the squad depth to play. But what was the last one we were going to do?
We were going to do good old
Watford
and Leicester.
Nigel Pearson effect wore off real quick.
Yeah, about that.
We were fucking jaying them off. We were like, yeah, they're back. And then it's like, oh.
Well, yeah, they went from a historically bad start and historically in all of that the sport, not just the Premier League. They were on the biggest losing streak in the 5 major leagues of soccer across the world. To start this season, they were pathetic, horrible. They're on their 3rd coach. And they still have a small window to not get relegated somehow. It's amazing.
I mean, they're sitting down there. To refresh everybody's mind, you got Norwich sitting at the bottom of the table with 21 points.
Yes.
You got Villa in second last with 25. And then you have 3 teams tied for that last relegation spot with West Ham, Watford, and Bournemouth, all with 27 points.
And then Brighton's not much further ahead of them, are they?
Brighton has 29 because they get results. They get draws when they need them.
But I knew that was kind of like the bottom 6 because when we did our relegation prediction, I still had Brighton going. Some of these other teams finding their way out. But, West Ham, that's right. West Ham's in serious trouble.
West Ham was on a bad slide.
Yeah, Bournemouth was in serious trouble. Bournemouth couldn't score a goal for 2 months. That's because I started rooting for them.
Yep.
So
It was the curse of Brian.
Yes, you're welcome.
He announced his fandom, and then they all of a sudden started sucking terribly.
Yeah, they were like, just go back and root for Arsenal and get the fuck out of Bournemouth. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Josh King
Gotcha.
comes back and scores.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Not Harry Wilson, but Callum Wilson.
Yeah, Callum Wilson. So
See, I forget everybody's names. It's been so damn long.
Dude. It's crazy.
My mind is like mush.
It is.
But
mine too.
I guess I'll start with the Watford Leicester, our Foxes.
Oh,
Jamie Vardy kind of cooled off there. If people, just a refresher, he was on fire. We thought he was going to run away with the Golden Boot at one point, and now it's become a little bit of a race here.
I was going to say, yeah, it's like a 5-horse race here. So
with Oba and Aguero's always going to sneak there. So,
and if Rashford's back now,
Rashford still is right there.
Yeah,
Tammy hasn't scored in fucking forever.
Yeah,
he was on fire. So we'll see.
There's still some guys in there.
I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. I think a nice shutout for the Foxes coming back.
I'll just add one more to that and go 3-0. Because
I think Jamie's finally healthy, hopefully, and
they were outside of Liverpool. They were the second best team in the league all year. They were better than City for a majority of the season.
They kind of pulled off that last month before the pandemic. They kind of hit a little bit of a rough patch, but
not to say that pandemic was good, but don't take it the wrong way. But for them, a break in play was probably good. They were a little spent. Some of these guys probably weren't like Sancho wasn't used to this level and pace of play, and Jamie being able to get healthy, and just a bunch of they're not as deep as the other teams like Liverpool and City, even United that they're competing with for top 4 spots. So
yeah, there's a lot of factors into. I agree. I think they kind of got a little tired there towards the end.
Yeah.
Because we thought Brendan Rodgers was up there for Coach of the Year. Like, they were fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Leading up to that.
They're still an impressive team. It's going to be an impressive year once this is all finished. They will be a Champions League side. I'm pretty sure. I don't see them falling out of that position, especially with one up in the air.
Yeah, they're in third by 5 points ahead of Chelsea. So I think they're pretty good at.
Yeah,
they'll definitely finish Champions League, which is exciting for them to see. It depends on how much, because they could sell off. Chilwell's getting looked at by a lot of big clubs, and
now apparently City's in that running for him. Although they said they want to focus on center back, so it's all talk.
And James Maddison was talked about leaving the club at the end of the season, so we'll see.
Well, it's a good opportunity for him. Guys like Yuri Tielemans are getting looked at. All these kids that
could be a different team when they get into the Champions League next year.
Yeah. That tends to happen. Teams do really well, and then by the time they actually get to play in that, it's a whole new.
Well, you
squad.
see how good these guys are because they're on the. They're like, oh, okay, Ben Chilwell, he's pretty good. Oh, James Maddison, he's a young, skilled player. Let's sell him off, and then it's like, oh shit, we still have to play Champions League next season without these guys.
And I gotta say hi to my man Wilfred Ndidi, just because it's my boy.
Hell of
about Leicester
defensive midfielder.
Yes, probably my favorite defensive midfielder in all of the sport.
Oh man,
even over your boy
Conte.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying he's a better defensive midfielder than Conte. I'm just saying he's my favorite defensive.
I mean, Ndidi's a beast for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't believe our time has been.
Our time is up. Man.
I've been blabbing away at the mouth.
I got a Bayern game to go watch. And,
yes. Maybe a little Copa Italia later.
Yeah, there's some Turkish league return today. What else? The Portugal league return today. So there's plenty to watch.
Soccer's back, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Get excited.
Get excited. So
get fucking turned like our lit Anna from France.
thank you, Lit Anna.
Thank you for tuning in.
I think I'm gonna get lit myself and enjoy this Saturday. And we'll be back next week with some actual Prem games.
Yes. Wednesday, we're back, 1 o'clock, NBC Sports. For those that are still working from home, just be like, yeah, I'm working.
Yeah.
Just
watching
watch the
Prem.
game.
Just watching the Prem.
Just milk that clock, guys.
Yeah, man. All right, brother. Well, have a good weekend.
Yeah,
Thank you,
been
everybody.
fun. We
man.
we love being back, and again, shout out to Ralphie on the ones and twos producing.
Yeah, fam. You the man.
He's the best. So yeah, guys. So we'll catch you guys next week. We have some Prem to talk about.
Later.
Woo.
Cups.